Welcome back. We're focused on markets this morning. Futures indicating another rally at the start of trading this morning, extending a two-day move on the upside. Futures showing a gain at the start of trading this morning of about 68 points, 0.25%. The S&P is up 5, 0.25% there as well. And the NASDAQ with a 21-point gain this morning, 0.33% higher. The new year off to a strong start. The major indices all higher by about 2% or more. In 2019, the NASDAQ is the top performer, up nearly 4% so far. Joining us right now is SALT Financial COO Alfred Eskandar. Great to see you, Alfred. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Would you put new money to work right here with what we've seen so far year to date?
Well, I think we've seen enough signs that the market has capitulated a little bit, give back. We almost had a 19% drop in the last quarter, and we've seen a really strong resurgence coming out of the new year. I think I was watching your interview with Jamie Dimon yesterday, and certainly agree with a lot of the things that he says. And you know, we've got a strong jobs report from last Friday. Chairman Powell has indicated that they might be open, you know, to kind of slowing things down. And certainly the China tariff debate seems to be moving in the right direction. So, yeah, I think there's definitely a risk-on feeling.
Yeah, and because the U.S.-China trade talks wrapping up now in Beijing after they were extended to a third day, the development raising some hopes that a deal could get done. Would that be a big catalyst for the markets if, in fact, we see that a deal has been made between these two countries?
Well, I think we've seen the market respond really strongly every single time there was something positive about the tariff discussion. Last time I was here, it was announced that we were going to have a 90-day truce. And then literally 2 days later, some of that was pulled back with a negative tweet by the president. Things are not going so well, and you saw the market pull back. So certainly the market is hypersensitive to this discussion and will react accordingly.
I think we've seen a pivot in this market. I'm feeling real bullish here. I would put new money, but I know, Dagan, there are a lot of concerns out there, especially when you look at where rates are and what they've done since the Fed started raising rates. Your thoughts, Dagan?
Well, the big drop in the 10-year yield and that has actually made stocks look cheaper than they did in early November. Another thing to watch in terms of the bullish sentiment that you're talking about, small cap stocks had entered a bear market. They were down more than 20% from the recent high, the Russell 2000. Well, they've had the biggest rally of any of the major market indicators, more than the Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ in the last 3 trading days, up more than 7%. Why is that? Because the expectations for profit growth are still in the double digits for small cap in the new year. They're about 6% for the S&P 500 in the new year, but 16% growth is what is expected in the current quarter for small cap. So this is hugely optimistic for the markets and sentiment.
Yeah, would you buy small caps, Alfred?
We actually, so our fund is made up 85% of large cap and 15% of mid caps. So we do dip into the Russell 1000 a little bit, and that's certainly benefited us. We've had, you know, terrific growth out of the performance so far this year, and we'd like to obviously see that continue. There is strong growth for Q1, and, you know, again, it's a positive thing that we're excited about.
All right, we will leave it there. Alfred Eskandar, thanks so much for joining the conversation this morning.